What's up, SNA Assassinators? This is Super Ninja Austin back here with another video, and this is the SNA podcast on the this is the SNA podcast on what was it? What was it? It was the AEW collision review video. What am I even talking about right now? And we're gonna be talking about what exactly went down on the show, and we got so many things to talk about, and this and also in including we got the also including the I'll say the debuting what's his name what's his name, Gabe Kidd, yeah, Gabe Kidd from what's called AEW AEW from New Japan Pro Wrestling, and they showed the sign that we that and they showed that what is like what's her name, Harley Cameron is was that like, and they showed the sign that Harley Cameron is not was that buried, or should I say yeah, Harley Cameron not from since last week from AEW Grand Slam, like with them showing that they still see her like as a future women's champion, and also like a heel team is potentially called what they could potentially go babyface, I believe. Yeah, like that all depends. Like if excuse me, like that all depends. Like if that's the case, like if like this is going to be a general move that AEW is leading off to, and also some really good matches, including the match of the night was what's they called with what's his name, Chris Jericho taking on Bandito, and also even the other match with the other luchadors, like with Beast Mortals and what's it called? What's that called? Beast Mortals and what's his name? Hologram. That because yeah, he is undefeated, and also they have and don't worry, assassinators. Like we also got what's his name? Maximilian Caster is was definitely on the show tonight, and also I'm gonna give a quick review on what's his name? A quick review on what's his name? What is it? On what's his name? Kazuchika Okada, yeah, bitch man himself, by saying he put him down like the lifeless dog that he was, and he could do and he could do the same to anybody that's tried to step up for his championship, like the bitches that they are. But but my response, you know me, like your boy Super Ninja Austin, like for some reason don't like really, or not really fond of Kazuchika Okada. I'm like, the only bitch that I see is on screen, like which unfortunately the only thing is like he did not like hear me say it, because yeah, he's on the show rather than like right in front of me, like he's rather than like on my little device that I was just watching. But anyways, oh, not yet. Oh, you're talking about the new one or the older ones? Because I watched plenty of the other Captain America movies. But yeah, like I'll say from like the 2011 film to like the what was the other one that he's been on? What was the last Captain America was Captain America Civil War. That's like from that, like I'll say all of them. Like I watched the Winter Soldier one, I watched the very first one from 2011, and the Captain America Civil War with all the superheroes, like including Iron Man and Thor. I mean, not Thor. I don't think Thor was on it. It was Spider-Man, Black Panther, Falcon, you name it. Like they were all in and even Black Widow. But anyways, we got the first match going up, like which was Beast Mortals taking on what's his name, Hologram, and to tell you why, remember, like it is basically like with Beast Mortals try to take down basically a hologram, but the hologram was not taking any type of defeat as an answer, because yeah, he is undefeated, and even if he wasn't, like he would not decide to be defeated and beatable, but like. Oh yeah, before we get into that, I want I forgot to tell you, like when everybody was getting into the building and when everybody taking shots at one another because they have their respective match with one another. And where we got Mariah May attacked timeless Tony Storm that was supposed to make an appearance tonight, but this is where she ends up getting attacked, getting hit face first right onto this box like structure. This is where then she brought her out. This is where then Mariah May. You made me do this when she got her right up on stage on the spotlight. She then pointed that out as well by saying like, "How about we end this drama into a rubber match?" Even though she didn't say it in that way, but she was like, "How about I written writing our unfinished story uh in Hollywood or something like that?" This is where then she ended it by saying that she was like, and she was basically saying that she's going to end her once and for all. But I want to ask you, assassinators, like, who do you think is going to win this match in this rubber match? Which I was doing the dance of joy. I'm like, finally, like we're finally going to be doing a rubber match, like with something that we all want to see. But let's hope that I get nothing against Mariah May. I just think that it should be Tony that should remain as champ because, like, even though like this is all just a feud, like with them, like having a win with one another, like and having their moment in their home country of England and Australia, respectively. But like, what would be the point of Tony Storm going to be the champ? Even though, like you said, like the champion does not make the wrestlers the other way around, but still, like it would not make it when it comes to the storyline, like with him, like finally, with her finally getting her full revenge onto the Mariah May, and it looks like that, and besides, it looks like genuinely that she's gonna stick around with that AEW Women's Championship no matter what. So yeah, like it's best to probably just keep the title on her. But anyway, this is where we got the match between Beast Mortals and the undefeated Hologram. Ever since he debuted in AEW a year ago, back in 2024, like this is where they showed that Hologram could have a very great match. It even had the fans start chanting, "This is awesome," and and I was like, yeah, it almost got the golden trophy, but if it wasn't for the main event, which that was also a really great, massive banger, this is where like it ended though, like with Hologram hitting Beast Mortals with that flying right on the top rope and right into his opponent, like when a crucifix bomb, like, and he did it again inside the ring, and then he gets the 1, 2, 3 that way. Winner of this match, yeah, Beast Mortals. I'm not Beast Mortals. That's the Beast Mortals. My bad. What's his name? Hologram. But where he was when he was celebrating and probably and having the biggest ovation in his career in uh in this night on the pre-tape show. This is where we got Beast Mortals came in to attack him. But luckily, Commander of the K saved the day. They did a pretty cool super kick maneuver and doing the like a and a step up in security when they got him right down on his knees, and then they had him send him packing. Is where then they kind of teased an alliance in the process. And do you would like to see a Hologram and Commander with a K be aligned with one another? Let me know down in the comment section right down below. But we got but yeah, but next up we got in-ring interview with Lexi Nair and Harley Cameron, which Harley Cameron even told us with her telling the story about a little girl like that grew up to have biggest dreams, and then this where did she said the person's name like which was not her, unfortunately, it was actually her her neighbor named Susan or something like that. This is where this is where fans start chanting her name, like if they're actually Mariah. I mean Harley Cameron's puppets, like the CEO. And yeah, and this is where we got Lexi there even point out like this was the biggest ovation that she ever had in her career, especially in AEW. And but this is where she was like, but yeah, this is where then Harley Cameron acknowledged that that was her first title match, like, and despite not having that much experience, like of those like having championship matches because she haven't even won a match like until she beat Ty Valkyrie a few weeks ago before the match that she had with Monet. This is where then she said like, but it won't be the last time where she's gonna be making those who mess with her like feel the wrath or something like that. And I'm like, yeah, I hate to be those victims. like I'll say, I think that goes to anybody in the women's division in AEW. Hopefully that Anthony Khan does capitalize on this. Like we said about a billion times, was her first match, but it was definitely not her last, and it's safe to say that she'll probably be getting more title opportunities. This is where Harley Cameron even said so. Like she's gonna be more, and maybe she'll have a moment in her home country again, but this time, like maybe she'll be the one walking out as the winner. Like I would totally agree on to that because like it wouldn't make any sense for having her lose the second straight time in a row. But like luckily, like that probably won't happen. And besides, she'll probably be facing somebody else with the championship as well. So yeah, I guess I got it right. But for now, like yeah, I think that they're doing a very well job with Harvey Cameron with the booking as for now. The only thing that they need to execute is her to be winning more, like and maybe even have a little winning streak like Danny Garcia had last year when he was beating everybody ever since that he was winning for that for pride like of him like not losing the Continental Classic last year at World's End from 2023 to 2024. He start beating everybody, even in surprise roll-ups, which I think that's what we're going to be seeing right here with Harley Cameron. But oh yeah, and when she mentioned, and I think like it's very like I'm not sure why I'm mentioning this right now, but this is where when she mentioned something big, this is where then she looked down, like looking at her TITs in the process because I'm not sure how to say this, but like I'm gonna say that like I was like, why did I pointed this out? And man, like, why did I just, why am I still referring to female cleavage as TITs? I'm almost worse than Time as Tony Storm. But anyways, assassinators, I wish her the best of luck, and hopefully that she does like win some championships in her future. Like, and there's everybody like, and one in particular even said so like, Jubilee Women's World Championship very very soon. But for now, it seemed like they need to build her into that caliber. But anyways, we move on to the next match. What was it? That was the next match. It was I believe was the six-man tag match, if I'm mistaken. And yeah, this was totally good, which I would say almost got the silver trophy, like along with the luchador match, along with what's his name? Along with what's his name? Beast Mortals and the hologram, the undefeated hologram, let me rephrase that. Like this match probably lasted around, I'll say about I'll say about 10 or 15 minutes. Like with it starting off, I believe, was with Danny and Wheeler. And this is where they start going at it with them, and this where then we got Danny Garcia started going for tags like with his kayfabe father, Daddy Magic. They did some double teams on to Yuta, I believe, but it's where we got but but once they were tagging each other in and out, this is where we got the next thing you know that what's his name Matt Menard was in trouble like with him in the 3-on-1 like beat down like along with these guys that are brainwashed by the toxic, disgusting water from Cincinnati. This is where then we got but this is where we got the but it's where like we once they Matt Menard got free from getting attacked by the former by the former Ring of Honor champion, like with them like trying to do their best of winning, like even doing a triple team onto the poor guy with Claudio Catanoli doing a big devastating back breaking what's called body slam that probably hurts to the point that you could probably get hear the crack from I'll say you probably can hear the crack all the way down in the other side of the country, probably in either Charlotte, North Carolina, or maybe even Miami, which is in Florida. Like even though they're in the other side of the south part of the country, which is Arizona in the west rather than the east. But anyways, but yeah, this is where he's still kicked out despite it. Like at 2 point what was it, 8 or 7, but it's where he managed to tag in Danny Garcia, which he was going to he was making a huge comeback on the what who was it, Pac was it? It's where then he almost had him with the Dragon Tamer, and he probably would have gotten away with it sooner if it wasn't for that meddling teammate of the bastard. And hopefully, I did not sound offensive. Like even though Pac would like to be referred to that because that's his nickname, but yeah, this is where we got the what's called the what's their names the what they call the what they call not the Blackpool Combat Club, like they haven't been called that since they turned on what's his name, Brian Danielson. So they're called the Death Riders. Needless to say, we got Pac and was back in control, hits the brutalizer onto what's his name, onto Danny Garcia. Needless to say, he also tapped out, and this is where they retained still your AEW Trios champions, yeah, the Death Riders. But despite them winning, they still did a very phenomenal job. The babyface team did a phenomenal job, and I hope that they soonly become Trios champions in their future because they look like a trio that would win Trios Gold. But this is where they try to do more damages, but luckily uh, Adam Cole and the rest of the Undisputed Kingdom came out, but they weren't the only ones that did so. This is where we saw the Rated R superstar Colt. He came out with 2 chairs, and he spotted Pac was still in the ring, like still lifeless. This is where then he puts the chair underneath his head. This is where John Moxley like no, and this is where Claudio tried to stop him. This is where John Moxley stopped Claudio for some weird reason. But it's where Colt didn't end up like successfully executing, hitting the concerto right onto the head of Pac, and this is what you're making this more intriguing. Like, and I'm surprised that they didn't kill someone like who was it that he attacked that dude the concerto? Was it Pac or was it Claudio Castagnoli or even Willa Yuta? And I think you should do this to every single member of the what's they call of the Death Riders, which I'm starting to forget their faction name. I don't know why, but yeah, and even Marina Shafir, I think you should do that until like it's only him and Mox, and then he finally does it at the pay per view when they're gonna be at the crypto arena. But maybe it could be Cope or maybe even Willow the Pillow because they've been teasing that she could join forces with Jay White and Cope, like to take on the Death Riders, like and beat the female that could solve the Marina problem, even though Jay White didn't care if he has a female ally or not. But anyways, and this is where we can see we're probably gonna be likely seeing the Rated R superstar could do that, do this concerto maneuver to every single member of the Death Riders. I guess to bring them back to normal. I think he started things off with Pac, so that's a start. Hopefully this continues like with every single member in hitting now and then that brainwashing substance will wear off on their heads and they can go back to normal like they once were. Well, some of y'all probably say but Austin, why would you refer to Pac as normal like when there's anything normal about him? Like he's genuinely insane. Well, I'm not saying in that situation. I'm saying like with him, what he usually would be like, not like him being generally normal, because I already know that. Like because he's, I'll say a psychotic psychopath, or I just double phrased there myself. I don't know why did I just did that, but anyways, like moving on to the next slide, we got some squash match between Brian Cage and Lance Archer. Needless to say, they just squashed the enhancement talent. This is where then they, after they won the match, where they called up the Hurt Syndicate like they promised this past Wednesday on Dynamite. This is where we got It's where then they called out the Hurt Syndicate for the accept their challenge that they've thrown in. This is where we got MVP point out the logic into this situation, saying like why are you calling us out, challenging us for our own titles? Like MVP made an extremely good point. And once they entered the arena on stage, that's where fans started chanting their theme song phrase, "We hurt people," which is starting to be like a fan favorite theme catchy phrase. like to say, like along with the theme song. I even listen to the theme song every now and then. It's very catchy to listen to. Like I just look like and even though I'm not a big fan of wrestling theme music these days, like the only recent ones I'll say, I mean the new ones I should say, but when it comes to like a very couple like with the likes of like even Swerve, I'll say Swerve Strickland, Mercedes Moné, and who else? Darby Allin, like in AEW side of things, but in the other company I just don't know. But like unless it's the wrestlers that kept their names for over 15 years ago. But anyways, like but yeah, I'm not really a fan of like with the generic new theme music, which I was thinking like, what's the point of even have like what's the point of them making new theme music if it's not going to be just as good at least or even better than their last one when it's actually the complete opposite. But anyways, man, back to the review with MVP. This is where he was like y'all don't call the shots because as far as I'm concerned and the way I see it, like I don't see no type of major championship gold around y'all's waist, like or any or lack thereof, like in that way. Like, but like here, like since we're in a good mood and since that we're giving people, like how about we give you a proposition that y'all cannot refuse, like considering what y'all just did out here? Like, how about y'all face the actual tag team? And then, like, we can start talking about giving y'all an opportunity for these tag belts. And this is where we got like Bobby Lashley was getting ticked off about the referees, or was assuming that he's going to go in there and start beating the daylights out of both Brian Cage and Lance Archer. I'm like, oh, like finally, y'all guys are finally doing y'all jobs because normally y'all would suck at it. Like when they're about to, when somebody like these big guys like coming in the ring and start beating the holy life out of each other, like y'all get tossed around and out of the ring. Just like my boy Simon would say, because yeah, he has experience of being one, and let's say it did not end pretty well for him. But anyways, but yeah, yeah, like this is where they tease that they will be doing the tag team, and it does seem like that the Hurt Syndicates are turning babyface. And correct me if I'm wrong, that's probably in this direction. Even though they still act like the normal heelish self, and some yeah, some say that they could say that they're being tweeners, but that's a very rare move for wrestlers to do these days. Of wrestlers that'll face heels and faces, and like my boy the Great One said recently, like at the end of the day, you're either a face or a heel, which that's a good point. Like, but I mean, temporary for temporary purposes, you could be like a tweener, which that does not forever last. But I think at this point they're probably going to be turned baby faces at least for this angle. And do you think this will last for a little while, or do you think that that's going to be for this feud against the latest edition of the Donald Callis family members? And that's where I start getting excited, and I got even more excited when we saw the Outrunners. Then was training backstage with them, begging the Hurt Syndicates of being in this match against the Murder Hawks. Like, and this is where they say we proven time and time again that we are legitimate tag teams, and this way please, like we want a shot at this AEW tag team championships, and this was and this is where MVP like like fine, like all right, and yeah, like I seen y'all like in the ring before, like y'all proving that y'all have some potential of being champions, like but here we but here's the deal, like if you actually can defeat the Murder Hawks, like then you can get a shot at Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin, with a tease that could possibly be in the future, and maybe when it's time for the Outrunners to get a shot at the tag team championships, then we can see like them could be the ones to defeat Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin, which I was starting to fanboy here all over the segment. I'm like, yes, I just cannot wait for this match to actually happen, like with this tease being shown by AEW. Like, and I'm gonna give like I'll say 100 billion pounds of praise for Anthony Khan for this booking, and I don't understand why some people like that talk about AEW in a I'll say in a downgraded spiral, if that's the right term to put it, but Like I can understand like everything not been the same since like a certain individual left the company and went out and went and become a major champion elsewhere, which is I believe that's the competition. But that doesn't mean you start crapping all over it, like claiming that it's worthless, like in all again it's a disaster when it's not completely even or even nowhere near a disaster, I should say. Like so, like there's some like I mean there's half of the elements that you see on TV like that it shows that like that they're nowhere near of losing going out of business anytime soon. Again, they may not be that other company that I talk about here primarily, but it's but they don't have to be when it comes to competition. Yeah, it was on. Yeah, that show was on last night. Like it was, yeah, it was their Friday night show. Like I'm talking, yeah, but today I'm talking about the this show, the All Elite Wrestling show, which is Collision, which it comes on Saturdays on TNT and even on Max, yeah, the streaming service too. But anyways, yeah, but I think AEW is doing a very, I'll say, decent and splendid job. Like and like they're just crafting in their own path. Like and I would say it's more of the fans do not like this version of AEW. Like just like the great my boy, the great one also said, like it, just because I don't like it doesn't mean it that means it's doing horrible. Like it's just not for me. Like I see them bringing some numbers in that's very impressive, like to the very minimum. Like so, it's not like they're gonna be going out of business and they're doing a very horrendous job. Like, and I totally agree on that. Like, but I still like AEW because, like, yeah, with the wrestlers, of course, and then the storylines, and then imagine what matches that are like dream match worthy. Like, if I described it very correctly. But this is where we also saw the debut of Gabe Kidd. Like at first, he was going like back and forth with what's his name the Butcher, like this match probably lasted for like 5 minutes with Gabe Kidd like hitting his maneuver, getting the 1, 2, 3, winning of this match, and like yeah, and he made sure that this won't be the last time we will see the current New Japan Strong Women. I mean, women's. That's the CEO. I mean, the men's strong championship, the New Japan Strong Open Weight Champion. They call it the Open Weight for a reason because it's for the men's division, or anybody that's open to the be in this division in New Japan Pro Wrestling. But yeah, like, but the thing is, like, I didn't see him with the New Japan Strong Openweight Championship. I don't know why. Like, there's some kind of a rule like, that sometimes the New Japan Pro wrestlers like cannot like, or even any other company that is not owned by Anthony Khan cannot wrestle in this company with the belt in his hands like or in his arms, I should say, him or her. But the thing is, like when Eddie Kingston was that championship, or should I make another example, like John Moxley was the champion, or anybody like from New Japan at the time, like either Kazuchika Okada or Jay White when they were the IWGP World Championship a couple years ago, they were allowed to be brought in. I mean, don't get me wrong, like they that's because it was it was for Forbidden Door, like they want to show the championship. But what if Gabe Kidd still is champion, like by the time Forbidden Door is upon us in August of this year? Does that mean they're finally going to show it, or do you think they're still not going to? I'm not sure if it was AEW's idea or even Gabe Kidd's, which I understand what's the tradition or the occasion for him not presenting his New Japan Strong Openweight Championship. But we're probably going to get some answers in a future video. But anyways, I want to give a huge congratulations to Gabe Kidd. I'll say I'm not sure if I should give it any kind of award that's like probably like worthy of the. I'll say maybe the fourth place if you ask me. I'll say if it gets an award, get the blue ribbon of the night. Oh yeah, real. Oh yeah, like your dad's birthday's tomorrow. Yeah, wish you a happy birthday and thank you so much, Mister Michael Vasquez. Like, yeah, y'all two are the realest like assassinators here on the SNA podcast, along with a couple other guys that watches my show. But anyways, assassinators. And what do you think what's next for Gabe Kidd now that he's on AEW, even though he's not under official contract, but he's on like all thanks to AEW's partnership with New Japan Pro Wrestling, he's gonna be making these appearances. And do you think that we could see him and Kenny Omega Part 2 in like at somewhere at Forbidden Door, or maybe even sooner? It's possible. Like I mean, like they did it like in at the Tokyo Dome. Maybe they can do it in American soil this time. And do you think it could be like at like Double or Nothing or Forbidden Door or maybe even All In, like wherever they may be? But let me know what your opinions are. Maybe this time this could be for the New Japan Strong Openweight Championship. And this is where we can finally see Omega win that belt and be be the other of SNA's favorite to become a New Japan Strong Championship from NJPW. But what else? What else I was about to say? Like, and who do you think want to? Who else do you want to see him facing AEW? Like, besides the cleaner himself, Omega. Let me know also about that as well in the comments down below. But also, this is where we got a little vignette of Leo Rush and what's his name and what's his Action Andretti, which they're creating a new faction name, which I thought was going to be called. They're going to be called the man of the action hours, or the man of the action, or the men of the action, or whatever they'll be referred as, or action men, like of the hour, I guess you could say, or whatever you want to say. That's their nickname. But no, like it was actually Cube, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Or Copu, or whatever they were called. Yeah. Copu, I believe. Copu. Copu. I'm not sure, but what are your thoughts onto what are your thoughts onto this matter? Let me know down in the comment section right down below. Either way, but we're gonna move on to the next slide. We got Deonna Purrazzo. Then send a message to Harley Cameron, because they never forgot what she did about a couple weeks ago, which I believe that's going to be on next week. And who do you think that Harley Cameron's going to face? Do you think it's going to be Deonna Purrazzo, or was it this Wednesday? I think it was this Wednesday on Dynamite. So that's something to be looking forward to. And also, we got a match. I'm gonna say like if it's a hand-picking AEW dream match you would like to see. It was the Bounty Hunter and the Bad Apple, Brian Keith, being advertised against Will Ospreay, like of all people. And this where I was like, I wonder what made Anthony Khan book this match for this coming Wednesday. I'm like, maybe it's because Will Ospreay secretly disrespected Chris Jericho backstage in the locker room. Nah, I'm just kidding. Like, I don't think he would actually if anything, I think he would respect Chris Jericho as an in-ring performer, if anything. He would do. But we're probably just doing this just to add something different, something fresh, something like that needs to be be presented in that needs to be presented in the product of AEW, and yeah, instead of instead for those so-called fans, instead of dumping on the company, maybe they should throw in some suggestions, and if they don't listen to them, just keep it that way. Okay, maybe it's not for me anyway. So just don't watch the product. If you're not liking what you're seeing. But for your boy Super Ninja Austin, he likes everything what he sees in AEW. What if it's you have something to do with the wrestlers or championships, the angles, as long as if it makes sense in the storyline, I don't have no problem with it whatsoever, because I'm not much of a picky dude in general. But anyways, we're gonna end the review video with Chris Jericho taking on it was Queen Aminata against what's her name Julia Hart, which is the return of her in the ring. Oh yeah, and this is where they did show the little vignette of Cope taking on Jon Moxley. But I gotta admit, AEW have not forgot anything about the kayfabe South African queen, like because she got the first offense in, like she did a pretty fantastic job. Even towards the end, she was doing pretty doing awesome job. Like, and I hope that they're booking her like booking her as the next breakout star of either 2025 or 2026. Like one of those years that like would be the perfect year to be like having her like go after championship gold, even though she kind of did like about a year ago when she challenged the CEO Mercedes Moné for her TBS championship on an episode of Dynamite. Hopefully that happens again. Well, like maybe not for the TBS, maybe for the Women's World Championship. But that's when the time is right. But at the end of the match, we got Julia Hart making and Emanata eventually tap out, like for with her heartless submission finishing maneuver. And the winner of this match, what's her name? Uh, Yeah, me too. I would like definitely would like to meet yeah, that guy. I'm not sure if I should mention him here on the competition's review video, but I would like to talk about I would like to definitely would like to meet him. The 16-time champ, yeah, for sure. Like and even get his autograph, like and even and even let my little nephew Birdie Bird like meet him too because he's also a massive fan of the man. He even has an action figure of him, which I just saw him in here earlier, but maybe he brought him out in the living room. But anyway, I would like him to sign that action figure and also like to sign a championship that I have in the bag somewhere, like, especially if he does become a 17th record-breaking champion. Even though I made it obvious on the references, but I thought I might just be a little funny like doing that, like with AEW and that company like to do with one another, try to take some jabs right into each other. But anyways, like we got the after that match was done is where we got the Ring of Honor World Championship match, and Bandito made it made it look like that he was actually gonna win, like and went back and touted that he's never lost, like which sounds like a particular wrestler in that company in particular that they're competing against. Like he won a specific championship back like almost 9 years ago, like and he haven't been in that championship ever since because due to injuries, like with his neck, with his shoulder injuries, and he had the relinquish the title, like just moments like before he can even have a very memorable reign with the title. I mean, it was memorable, but in many bad reasons. And hopefully he does get a shot at that championship. Again, he actually will successfully execute. I mean, even though he got shot at it like a time or two, but hopefully, like when the next time he does, he actually will stay as champion and don't have to worry about losing it very sooner than he won it. But anyways, but luckily for Bandito, he held on to the title a bit more longer than this wrestler, and even got a chance to defend it. Like like someone that never got a chance to win the championship, which I'm gonna stop talking about him right now. But yeah, this is where Bandito then was taking Jericho to school, even though that Jericho's the teacher of this of the sessions, this little match session, like for the ROH World Championship. Is where we also saw Jericho was kind of teaching him how to do the moves, like whether it was his moves or well, whether it's Jericho's moves or even what's his name, Commander, or not Commander. Well, I'm talking about Bandito's moves. Like this is where they start hitting kickouts after kickouts after kickouts. Even with Chris Jericho hitting a cold breaker on him, that also Bandito also kicked out of that. And you will not believe what I'm about to tell you. With Bandito, was hitting him with all his high flying maneuvers, and you will not believe like when what happened next. Like when you try to go for the pin, Chris Jericho kicked out at the final second of 2.9999999999999 double triple nine minus 0.1 away from being 3. I'm like, man, like I know that Chris Jericho's a 30, I'll say 35-year vet in this business. So yeah, like don't let the age fool you, like because like age is not the issue; it's nothing but a number. Like I've been told from plenty of friends before, but like it's all about the dedication and all about It's all about the strength and the abilities that the wrestlers can do at this point. But it's where we got a pretty cool lion tamer spot, which I believe that Bandito put his foot up. Like this is where then we got Chris Jericho even try to go for a power bomb right off the apron, but this is where I believe Bandito counter into a Hurricane Rana spot. Like, yeah, when she landed back first, like, and this is where we got, let's see. Um, this is where Chris Jericho managed to get him into what they called into a what they call a half of a lion tamer, and turning it into a full length of a Walls of Jericho, I should say, which you got him locked in until Bandito flip right out of it, try to go for a wheelbarrow roll up. But that did not work. But this is where we saw Chris Jericho hit one of his own, which I would never thought this would be the finish. But it turns out like that was exactly the finish. With Aubrey was count to one, count to two, and got the three like out of the blue. And yeah, and still your ROH world champion, Chris Jericho. And is there anything that I missed on the show tonight? I don't think so. I think I got all of them like correctly accurate. Oh, I totally forgot one match. That's what I know where that Maximilian Caster also had a match. It was not how he expected, even though he was trying to avoid it. Like with him addressing, like when he tried to, like the first time he tried to do this, it was a complete dud and disaster with the cowboy that calls himself Sugar and the Iced Tea, which we all know is Hangman Adam Page. Like chased him all over the building, and then once he had a match with him, he just clobbered him, and Hangman Adam Page confirmed that he did not want to join Maximilian Cat. But he was hoping that he would fight somebody that actually wants to, but it turns out it was not. It was exactly the complete opposite. And I believe this is starting to be like his gimmick, like with him being a comedic act, which I hope that's the original, that's the plan, and nothing like the complete opposite. Really, she's coming to the best city of the United States. I wish I could be there to attend that concert because she's like she's definitely the best singer, and she's one of one of my sister's favorites pop singers that she loves listening to. And that would be very fun to go to one of her concerts. But anyways, assassinators. What else I was about to say? There was another thing I was about to say, right? Oh yeah, Brody King just completely demolished Maximilian Caster, hit him with it, and eventually hit him with the what's that called? The what was that senton maneuver that he normally does, and this where the Hell Dog himself get the 1, 2, 3 and got a win, and he refused the best wrestler alive. I believe he's gonna get squashed by all kinds of big wrestlers, and then they're gonna refuse, especially if the wrestlers are baby faces that have a badass edge. And no, I'm not talking about Cope because he was worrying about trying to concerto the toxic water, which he should, to the Death Riders right now. And I sure hope he successfully execute into that manner. And I would say AEW did a very phenomenal job. Like some of y'all probably thinking I'm being too biased of things. If that was the case, I would give them every week a 5 perfect star review. But I don't do that. Like I point out what I did not like about it and just give it like a little bit on the bad side, like into taking a golden part of a star and making it 4.5, or maybe even take another star off of the 5 part, like and only make it a 4 even, or even less than that. Like I'll talk about that when the time is right. So I would give it nothing too exciting, but still at the same time was something pretty good. But still, I'll give it 4 stars for now, like because it was just something that was, I'll say, like basic and not mediocre, but just average. I'll say at its average best. Like it wasn't at its horrible. It wasn't at its horrible moments, but it was but at the same time, it wasn't like at their greatest. So it's fair enough to me to say that I should give them 4 stars, like because that's how it seemed like in accuracy. And what are your thoughts on AEW Collision tonight? And did you enjoy anything that they booked on here? Do you think they did a very good job onto this show? Let me know about that in the comments down below. And are you looking forward for AEW Revolution for those fellow AEW fans out there? I hope so. and I hopefully I'll be running into you guys very, very soon. Like, and maybe we can attend the AEW show like nearby somewhere that's in the greatest city of the United States. And I hope y'all enjoyed the video as well. Like, and if so, please make sure to hit the big thumbs up button and consider hit the subscribe and the post notification bell for more SNA videos. And also make sure to check out my movie news, the debut of the movie news, where I'm going to be talking about the wildest and intriguing movie news and rumors that you assassinators need to know. Like, oh, really? Tell your big bro I said happy birthday. Yeah, courtesy to Super Ninja Austin. Like, in this SNA podcast, of course. But anyways, like, we're gonna be talking about the wildest news and rumors. I mean, the news and rumors of the like anything in the filmmaking industry, I guess you could say. You assassinators need to know from the Hollywood Reporter. Like, and hopefully that y'all will be very intrigued about it. Check it out on the other channel at SNA Entertainment, which is that's on the other channel again, which it already has my debut of the animation news that I just made about a couple of days ago. Hope you all enjoy, or maybe a day ago actually. And I will see you guys on the next video by then. And also, please make sure on Monday check out my Raw review video, like which we're gonna be talking about. Like, it's gonna be the go home show, like with so many matches that's going to be on the card, like the Women's Intercontinental Championship match between Dakota Kai and champ Lyra Valkyria, and also the women's tag match between Bianca Belair and Naomi against Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan. And I'm gonna ask you this question: like, is this where we're gonna be finally seeing who attacked Jade Cargill? We're gonna finally see some actual revelation, I should say, that could expose the true culprit, like that attacked the Storm like back a couple months ago. Only time will tell. We just got to wait and see on to what's going to be happening on the Go Home show, along with the LWO taking on New Day as well, like in a triple threat match between Penta, Ziedo, Miedo, taking on Pete Dunne and Ludwig Kaiser. Make sure to check all that out. And also the wrestling news that hours before then on Monday, where we're going to be talking about the wildest and intriguing wrestling news stories and rumors that you assassinators need to know from the what was it, the Sportskeeda article, if I'm mistaken. Yeah, the Sportskeeda wrestling article. But I'll see you guys like tomorrow with the movie news. Hope you all enjoy, and I hope you all are having a fun, fantastic Saturday night. And I'll see you all in the next video with some more SNA content. Until we meet again, Super Ninja Austin out of here. Bye bye, my assassinators for now, and I'll see you guys soon.